Hello, ladies and gentlemen, it is I, the UmbreonMessiah, and welcome back to Let's Play Wario Land. So, today we are going to do Rice Beach, course number 4, and dive right into it. Okay, now this stage is kind of different than the other ones. That spiky thwomp-looking thing is going to be chasing us down this corridor, and it's kind of important that we move. See, unlike a lot of things in Mario, there are a lot... Well, there feel like there are a lot more instant death things in Wario, and those swamp blocks are one. It doesn't matter how many hats you have or anything like that. You touch even the edge of one of those spikes, and it is an instant game over. Well, not game over, but an instant kill. So, try and move yourself down the path as fast as you can until you get here, where you're safe. But unfortunately, to our right is lava, and as you probably would guess, lava is an instant kill. So the trick is we have to ride our little thwompy friend, who is switching between non-committance and anger. Now, to make this section a little bit more interesting, they have these little devil thingies that fly around and try to stab you with their pitchfork tails. There are a bunch of treasure chests in the area, but that one you can't really get. It's sort of a trap. And traps are bad. Now, finally here we have an onion that will give us the Bull Wario power-up, and we're gonna need it because if we didn't, we'd be seriously pressured for time in this cave. But thanks to Bull Wario power-up, we kill these blocks in one hit, so we're in no real danger. Get that heart, and go in the door. Now, over here, we have an interesting thing with these little thwomp critters that I'm going to show you. Now, like I said, their spikes are an instant kill, but they also turn enemies into 10 coins. The little plus coin thing. So, whenever you get them in a situation like this, it's kind of worth it to throw enemies into them just for the money. Remember, the game isn't about finishing levels, and it's not about collecting score. It's about the money. Okay, we're gonna try the coin minigame again. I should probably skip this after a while, but, you know, I'm gonna wait till I actually show you. Ah, there we go! Winning something for once! Now, I'm not sure if I should do it again, but I'm gonna try, so here's hoping. That is not hope. That is a 10-ton weight. Ah, sigh. Okay, Wario, come on. Come on, don't disappoint. Yes! Okay, bag of cash. Sweet. Alright, that's 118 coins. Woohoo! And it goes into the bank. Hooray for bank. Alright, and now you notice we've gotten to a big skull. Course 5 is our first boss level, I would guess. There's a little bit of a run-up towards the boss fight, and then you fight the boss. Now, as I said, these rat guys throw knives that you can sort of use as platforms, but it's generally better not to. Now, we're going to use our little thwomp buddy trick here to get ourselves a little extra cash. It's not really necessary, but I like to do it. Now, like I said before, you gotta be careful around those things, because you touch those spikes and it is an instant kill. It doesn't matter what you had for breakfast that morning, you're dead. I love how Wario can just sort of like body dash across thin air for a while, completely ignoring all laws of physics. Okay, now, these things are a new enemy. The best you could sort of equate them to is the anti-fairy from Zelda. They hover around the edge of the room and they suck ass. They're just annoying, really. Okay, these guys are penguins from what I can tell. You have to stun them before, like, much like the duck and a lot of other enemies, you have to stun them before you hit them because... well, you can stun them by hitting them, but you have to stun them before you can actually kill them because... even if you attack them from behind, they just get stunned. And if you try to attack them from the front when they're not stunned, the spike on their belly will get you. Okay, now, I think this is our first switch. And as you saw, there was this crazy block thingy covering these things. This is really sort of a tutorial for how that switch works. It's going to get a lot more play later in the game that we're going to have to pay attention to. Oh, I don't know how that happened, but... Anyway, here's our boss. And it is an armored turtle. Now, the deal with the armored turtle is you got to charge him in the belly and then dodge his little spinny stuff. Now, if you get underneath of him and head smack him with Bull Wario, you hit him again. And this is a Nintendo game, so the magic rule of 3 hits and it's dead kind of applies. Not challenging. It's the first boss. What were you expecting? And once the map is over, hello, money. Now, boss fights are where you can really make a lot of cash off the money game. I normally don't like doing this, but I'm going to see if I can get some cash out of this. That is a 10-ton weight. Ow. Wario, don't disappoint me, bro. Come on. Yes, cash! You know, I think I'm going to cut my losses here. I think in the future I might cut out these mini-games. Might not, though. Depends. Alright, so after the, first zone, I guess you'd call it. I don't know. World, maybe? We have 443 coins. Nice. And that is a flag. So now we move on to the next level, which is Mount Teapot. But before we go there, we're actually going to go back to Rice Beach. Now that we've beaten Rice Beach, you might notice that the tide has come in, and that changes at least one level, that Course 3 I mentioned that had a secret exit, and it changes it in more than one way. First, we're going to get this thing out of the road. No, stop that. Now, all of the quicksand has become water, and now that the quicksand has become water, you're going to notice something a little strange in this area. That was not here before. That, well, it's a skull door, and skull doors lead to important things like treasure. Now, this is one of the few times in the game you actually need the dragon hat. It's kind of annoying. Yeah, as you can tell, I really don't like this thing. Nobody really does, to be perfectly honest. The noise alone should be a weapon, but... Now, here's the real trick, though. We need to be Big Wario to enter this thing. Well, we don't need to be it to enter it, but we need it to get what's inside, because you need an attack to open the treasure chest. And that nets us our first treasure, which I guess is a conch horn or something? I don't know, I can't really tell. But yes, treasures are how you make up a lot of supplemental income at the end of the game. They're a collectible that you kind of need to get the best ending. Unless you play the game non-stop forever. Not much to it, they're just really fun to collect and you need them, so we're going to be collecting all of them. Now, the rest of the level plays out a little bit differently because of the water. Places we couldn't really access before become a lot more accessible, and overall it's just better. I'm not going to use that. Most of the halfway points are a waste of your money. I say most of them, not all of them. It depends on really on what level you're in. Okay, now if we go down here, I believe... Okay, we already skipped that because I didn't have... Well, at least I got money. Money is good, folks. Anyone who tells you otherwise is... Ah, nut bunnies! Okay, well... Now that this place isn't filled with quicksand, it's a little easier to navigate, which is good for me, I guess. At least we managed to get rid of the dragon hood. I freaking hate that thing. And I believe this is the last door of the level. Yes, it is. Now, the quicksand in here has been actually replaced with full-on water, which means we can get to places we couldn't get to before. Namely up here. And because we can get up here, and get a coin for that guy, we can get the secret exit. And The secret exit is going to create, much like in Super Mario World, an extra course for us to accomplish. Now, we don't really have a lot of money, so I'm not going to bother with any of the mini-games, and I don't think I'm ever going to show you the heart mini-game, because it sucks. And there we are. Rice Beach, course number 6. Now, this level is a little different. It starts you out with a bull hat, and you're going to notice pretty quickly that there's something hiding in the sand here. If you butt stomp, it comes out, and it turns out to be a crab holding onto a 10 coin. So, we're just going to continue this level, and oh, I missed one. Nuts. The level is just basically all about the money. You know, like every level here. Not much to say, not much to do, just stomp, open cash. And the exit's over here, so we come out with 76 coins. Hooray! Yeah, that's score 6. Alright, and that is also Rice Beach, so come stick around next time when we start out Mount Teapot and perhaps another secret. Until then, I'm the UmbreonMessiah. Keep watching, folks.